Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna make an oven roast tri-tip with some vegetables and a gourmet mushroom sauce. So let me give you the ingredients. Alright, so for my tri-tip, as you can see, it's been sitting on my brine. And as you can see, this one comes with fat on it. So we're gonna leave it. I'm not gonna trim it out because this cut doesn't have much. So as you can see, it's the tip. So it's gonna be the loin, bottom loin, tenderloin, and then the tip. This is under the skirt steak. The skirt steak goes on this side. So as you can see the tripe. So that's why it's called tri-tip. So we're gonna leave it on, and we're gonna wrap them like this. So that way, it's gonna help me to keep it moist when we put them in the oven. So for the brine, I have a recipe on how to make a brine, so you can always go back to my channel and go in the playlist and look in adobos and brines. That's where you're gonna find the brine that I make for last time for the pork. So this one you're gonna leave it on the brine overnight or as much as time that you need, and then you can always add the dried rub. So I have a dried rub over here with the chili guajillo, some morita peppers, salt, pepper, and then I add some of the dried spices. You know, you can use anything like mozzarella seasoning or any seasoning that you like. And also we're gonna make the sauce with gourmet mushrooms. So I have a mix of mushrooms and some fresh. So I'm gonna wash my hands, come back, and show you the next ingredients. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add more of my seasonings because this one was kinda dry. So you can add any seasoning that you like, any rub, or you can go back to my channel, go to the playlist and look into adobos and seasonings. You're gonna find some of my rubs that I used before. So this one we're gonna let it rest. We're gonna cover it back with the tripe like this, and I'm gonna have a hot pan or saute pan to sear it. So you're gonna put your oven at 400. And then in the meantime, we're gonna put our sweet potatoes in the oven, so that way we can utilize the timing. And then I'm gonna come back and give you the rest of the ingredients. As you know, I always make my videos individually. So I do my garnish, I do my side dish, all individually. But in this occasion, we have enough time to make the video with the whole thing, you know. So I'm gonna make the sauce with the mushrooms. I got some porcini mushrooms and some shiitakes. Cremini is also over here. So I got the porcinis, the wood of the wood ears. I got oyster mushroom, porcinis, and this one. I got truffles, sponge. Where's my porcini? This one over here. It's dry though. So I'm gonna make a broth out of this, and I also put some of the dry black truffles that I had. So we're gonna hydrate these mushrooms by making a stock, and also we're gonna make the sauce from there. Since I don't have any beef stock or vegetable stock, I'm gonna make mushroom stock out of it. So we're just gonna break them like this, and we're gonna put them in the stock. So we're gonna need about 1 liter of water. So what I did, I put it in bring it to boil, so that way I can add my mushrooms. So we're gonna add them here. You're just gonna grab a bunch of, pick a little bit of each, and we're gonna make our stock. So this is gonna be my mushroom stock, and just bring it to boil and let it sit. So in the meantime, I have my sweet potatoes in the oven. So what I did, I just seasoned them with salt, pepper, olive oil, and some of the dry rub that I have. And we're gonna put them in the oven for about 1 hour because this one is gonna take a long time. So I got my oven preheated at 400, and we're gonna cook it for 1 hour. So in the meantime, we're gonna also start our stock. So that's why I make my videos individually, so that way I don't have to go back and forth, you know, explaining what I'm gonna do. So for mushroom stock, I got my pan already hot, and also we're gonna make our garnish. So I have some green beans, about half a pound or so. We're gonna need some garlic, 1 tablespoon for the green beans, 1 tablespoon of onion, and also for my mushroom sauce. So I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon and 1 tablespoon for the mushroom and the green beans. And also for my green beans, I'm gonna finish them with some black truffles. So this one is considered a truffle also, that is a tuber. So we're gonna finish my sauce with that. I'm gonna need some of the truffle oil for my sauce, salt, pepper to taste. And now that we have our pan already hot, we're gonna sear it. So I'm gonna use a little oil so I can help me sear my meat. You can always use a different pan or saute pan. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sear it, and we're gonna keep them about 3 minutes on each side, and then we're gonna come back and finish them in the oven. So as you can see, it's now seared. We're gonna sear them in the other side for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna put them in the oven. This is my extra fat that I had. So I'm gonna leave it there so that way you have some rendering juices. So 5 minutes in each side, and then we're gonna put them in the oven for half an hour. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Put them in the oven, and half an hour. We're gonna come back and start making our sauce. Almost forgot to tell you guys, do not throw away the stems of the mushrooms, save them. So a lot of people, they just throw them away, and we're gonna utilize them. Okay, we're gonna make, since we're making our stock, we're gonna put them in there, utilize, let it cook slowly. As you can see, low heat, and in the meantime our meat is cooking. We're making our stock. So we're about 10 minutes away from my meat. So I got my potatoes over here, so we're gonna check them first. This is done. This one is almost done. So back to the oven. Now we're gonna check our meat. So what I did, I flip it over so that way I can render all this fat. And I'm gonna check my temperature now. So we're looking in a temperature for about 120, 130. So we are at 110 right now. So I'm gonna keep them the rest of the 10 minutes that we're waiting. See, still a little blood coming out. So we're just gonna let them cook for another 10 minutes. I mean, actually, it's gonna be half an hour in total, okay? So we're 15 minutes away. We're gonna start making our sauce. So I got my pan already hot, and we're gonna start with the basics. So garlic, onion, and the shrooms. So I'm gonna put some of the truffle oil. You can use any oil that you like, but since we're making a gourmet, it's gonna be truffle oil, onions, and the mushrooms. Okay. This one is pretty hot. You don't want to put garlic right away, because then it's gonna burn, and you don't want that flavor, burnt garlic. So I'm gonna sear my mushrooms, and also, as you can see, they absorb the oil really fast. So a little more oil, and we're gonna sear them, and then come back and add the rest of the garlic and the onions. So this is the color that we're looking for. Now it's golden brown. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove it from here, because we want this flavor, and I'm gonna put them on the side. Because also I'm gonna use my tripe drippings. So I'm gonna put this on the side. We got these mushrooms here, and we got a stock. You can see our stock is done. All our mushrooms are nice and moist. So we're gonna make our sauce. So I'm gonna bring this to medium high. Get this one get hot again. And we're gonna make our green beans in here. So that way we can utilize the flavor. So over here we're 5 minutes away. See? Beautiful. I'm gonna let them cook for 5 minutes. Same thing with the green beans. Truffle oil. Garlic. Let the garlic cook. And also some of the onion too. I'm going to get it a little golden brown, come back and add the green beans. So as you can see, we have a nice golden brown. You can always add onions if you want, but since I utilize it on the mushroom sauce, I'm going to go to plan B. I'm going to use some almonds. So we're going to make a mandini style. Same thing, we're going to give them a quick toss. And you can always flambe this with some brandy or cognac or wine. So I'm just gonna season it with salt, pepper to taste. And then I'm gonna take off my tri-tip and let it rest. As you can see, all this juice on the bottom is just a random fat. Beautiful. So I'm gonna let it rest. I'm gonna turn off my oven so that way it's gonna rest for 10 minutes. Then we're gonna come back and finish our sauce. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna cover them. So I'm gonna add some red wine. You can always use any wine you want. And we're gonna steam our greens. So let them cook. And then I'm gonna move it to the slow heat. And when I have my tip, I'm gonna remove the excess of the fat, but I'm gonna leave some of the fun over here. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm gonna make my sauce, or finish my sauce with that trip flavor. So this is what we're gonna do. Put our mushrooms back. And we're gonna warm it up. Now we're gonna finish our sauce, salt, pepper to taste. Also I'm gonna add some butter, just a little butter. And we're gonna add the mushroom sauce, the stock. So we're gonna let the butter melt and come back and finish our meat. And then you're gonna have your meat resting. I'm gonna wrap it in foil also, so that way I don't lose my drippings. So we're gonna let it rest for 10 minutes on the foil. Alright. In the meantime, we have our sauce going over here. So now you add the porcini stock or the mushroom stock, add the butter, and we're gonna bring it to boil. So actually we're looking just for the flavor from the pan, and then we're gonna transfer it to a saucepan. So that way, you know, we have the sauce, and then we got our greens, and they're done. So we're gonna come back, finish this meal, and show you our results. So after you have your green beans, you know, you can plate it however you want. I was doing a live video with my daughter, and I say, you know, family, you do family style. The restaurant, you know, you do portions, whatever you want to do. But usually family style, and then I add some of the black truffles. Okay, so thin slices of truffles, and that's just to finish my black truffles and green beans almondini style, or my style. So you got your side. And also what I did with the jam or the sweet potato, I let it rest just like the meat. so that way you can peel it and you're not gonna burn yourself. And then I'm gonna save this for my Spanish version because I need to explain also in Spanish. But what I did, I put it here and mash it with the mashed potato or with a whisk. So what I did, I put it with the whisk, mash it. Then you can always add butter, pecans, walnuts, any flavor that you want. And this is gonna be my presentation plate. So I put a little smoosh on the bottom, like that. So what I did, you grab a mashed potato like this, or sweet potato, and then push to the back, like this, and then we garnish it with the green beans in the middle. And that's gonna be for my meat. So now I'm gonna unwrap my tip. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna explain my Spanish version, what I'm gonna do, and come back and finish our meal. So after you have your garnish done, now you're gonna unwrap it and utilize the juices. Okay, so you can see beautifully, nicely done. And we're gonna utilize whatever leftover juices are here and finish our sauce. So we have our sauce done. I'm just gonna put it back on again. Then we're gonna cut our meat. So my sauce is done. I'm just gonna bring it to room temperature so that way we can pour the sauce on top. So this one is done. Now we're gonna see the real stuff over here. Okay, you can trim the excess of the fat if you want. It's gonna be optional. So this is the fat. Some people like it, some people don't. So it's gonna be up to you. And then you're gonna cut like this. So that's the tip. And as you can see, all this fat, that's what keeps it moist. You can trim it. As you go towards the back, we're gonna go more medium rare, more medium. In the front, it's gonna be medium well done. Okay, but as we go in the back, we're gonna go the temperature that we're looking for. I'm gonna come back and finish my sauce. As we said, you know, the temperature more medium rare. So the temperature is gonna be optional. However you want to cook it, it's gonna be optional. You want to leave the fire on, leave it on. For me, too much. I have a lot of cholesterol. So I got our plate over here, and I'm gonna put it right here. Medium rare, medium. I like my meat medium rare to medium. So as you can see, nicely done, nice and juicy. And you can plate it however you want. You want to put the sauce on top, go ahead. You want to put them on the side, it's going to be optional. So hopefully you're gonna like this video. And also don't forget to share. Get the notification bell so that way every time I make a video, you are the first one to watch. So I'm going to put my sauce on top. My sauce over here. Just down the middle. So that way it's a nice mushroom gravy sauce. Like that, they will know gravy mushroom sauce. Sorry for the barks, but my dogs are outside. Alright, so hopefully you guys like this video. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Chef Alex Perez on Facebook, Chef Alex Perez on YouTube. Share my videos. Also Chef Alex Perez 34 on Instagram. And enjoy. Let me get my knife and my fork. And also I finished this one with the black truffles. So I got the black truffles in this one. And I'm just going to cut through the middle and have my jefe barking in the back. So okay. So enjoy. Enjoy.